All right, let's get this thing going. Hello. Oh, my name's Darren. This is my hand. And I'm really excited to be here. I've got like friends in the chat, and I've got some cards, and I've got this really crazy delay in my headphones. Reliable toasters, thank you. You think it's a mono? I think it is too. I think it's in my left ear. And everyone know Reliable Toasters, he's a mod. So if you're awesome, he can't do anything. But if you're not, he can ban you from the chat. But I don't think that's going to happen here. Nobody's a mendicant. Okay, let me get sound in 2 ears and then we'll keep going. Hey, Star Scrunch, can I just thank you again for that great package that you sent a few weeks ago? I am editing a video right now about solo, so that'll be cool. Giraffe, of course, always nice to see you and talk to you. I'm glad you're here. Groo in Game, you know I love your YouTube avatar. Okay, audio. Let me fix this up. That's pretty clicky mouse. Left, right, mono, 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 mono. All right, how's that? Is that better? Both ears. Good. Oh, okay. Thank you, Doug. Okay, everyone say hi to Doug. Oh, he's Reliable Toasters and he's a helpful guy. Okay, I got to do something about my delay in the headphones because it's going to make me go nuts so crazy. Okay. I think that's better. Okay. It's not that better. You just let me know in the chat if weird things are happening with the audio. Okay, so how is everyone tonight? Everyone's. I'm just so thankful you're here. Just gonna move some stuff out of the way. Oh, it's that cheese dip statue. You won't believe. You wouldn't believe. You would believe. How do I do this? The lighting's not the best for live streaming. I got to keep it down here. Man, look at the dust though, eh? Oh, I'm gonna put that away. Keep it safe. Ugh. Mini Commodore 64. Keep that safe. Over there. Ugh. And you can see, and probably hear, that I've got these pocket pages. And I've got card sleeves. Which one is open? Huh. I did a pretty good job of putting them all back. Wow. I'm going to guess that one's open. So, and check it out. It's the collection of the cards. So, these have been on my highly desirable list for so long. And yeah, it is. I finally got them all. I don't know. If I bring this up close, I think we're going to lose the light. Yeah, that's too bad. You know what? There's something I can do, I think, to make this better. I've just got my Atari S. No, it's not my ST. It's my 800 XL over there. And it's a good place to put a light, right? Actually, what if I do this? All right. Oh, that doesn't do good things. You know, I wish I could zoom in, but Oh, that was a bad move too. This is not real time. That's a bit better. I do have a light up there. How's that look? That's not too bad if I hold it at the right angle. You can see that, eh? Oh yeah, that'll do. Good stuff. Right on. I'll just try to keep it from being in the very middle of the table, and then maybe it won't reflect as much. So yeah, it's it's the whole set. And I've washed my hands. So, you know what? And I have not. Oh, let me. Do I want to tell you the story? I'm not going to tell you the story. I'm going to save the story for later. But I don't know if you can see how crisp those corners are. Let's see, bring it a little higher. These are in nice shape. And you know how, like, people ask, like, 300 bucks American for the whole set? There's no way I was going to pay that. And I didn't. An A in the wild. Well, you knew. I know. 300 bucks. It's insane. Who would pay that much? A lot of people would. I don't have the means to pay that much for a full set of cards, so I didn't. There's a fella, and I guess I'm telling the story. There's a fella in the Chicago area a couple weeks ago, and he had a full set for sale, and I figured, what do I have to lose? I'll offer what I can afford. And anyway, we went back and forth a little bit, and eventually I paid much, much less than eBay prices. And I didn't know, like, man, can you see how beautiful these edges are and these corners are? They are, come on, focus. There we are. They are perfect. Like, they are crisp. Those corners will take out your eye. Very happy with this set. Yeah, is it the Alibaba version? You know, I have no way of knowing for sure if they're the Alibaba version or not. I'm going to say that there's not the kind of demand for these particular cards that would warrant an Alibaba version. And if they are, I don't want to know. I love them. They look great. And yeah, pristine. Totally. So, this is what you guys are going to help me with. I don't know that there's a bootleg version. I think that's what Reliable Toasters is insinuating. There's a bootleg version of everything, right? And maybe there is a bootleg version of these cards. I hope not. But what I've got, I like. So, crinkle, crinkle. I bought a package of these 9 pocket pages because I really like when people have them all in a binder and you can see them all, and you have like let me just slide this in here, and you have the, for example, let's go here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's Bunta. Okay, so 1. That's not where it goes. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. right? So they look awesome in these 9-pocket sheets. So I want them in these 9-pocket sheets. At the same time, and I know I'm not going to be bringing them in and out and in and out a lot, but I'm going to want to bring them out from time to time. So I also bought these card sleeves, right? I've never seen or used them before, but they are ultra thin, and let's see if I can get one in here. And my thinking is, if I have them in these sleeves, then I would never have to take them out. And I wouldn't get that, you know, there's going to be a little scuff taking them in and out of these pockets, right? And I'm sure there'd be a little bit of scuff taking them in and out of these sleeves too, just like your comic book bags, right? And as much as I say, yeah, the question being which storage method is easier for my boys to play with, and whatever method that is, I wouldn't use them. Okay, so you're one step ahead of me there, Doug. Can I put them in the individual card sleeves? Sorry, there's still a bit of an echo, a delay in my ears. Can I put them in these card sleeves and fit them in here? So I'm going to show it to you. I'm gonna put someone in there, blah, 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 blah. And you guys tell me what you think. Before I do that, yes, the backs do. So the question is, do the backs form a 3x3 poster? Oh, wait, no, the backs don't. They're just the descriptions of the cards, unfortunately. So it's just a poster on the front. Or is that what you're asking? Are you asking, like, do all of them form a poster on the back? And the answer to that is no. There are a few sequences where they form the poster on the front. But the backs, I believe, are always just text. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. There, I've turned down the monitor in my ears a bit. Hopefully I won't be distracted. Okay, so question being, do the cards in the sleeves fit in the pocket pages? And the answer is almost. And the question is it close enough that it doesn't bother me? So let me take palindrome out. So this is what's going to happen, right? I'm going to put them in their sleeve, in the 9-pocket page, and I'm going to flip it over this way so that when I take it out, I'm putting the pressure on the back. This coming from the guy who says, I'm not precious about my collection, except I'm super precious about this particular collection right now. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and they're all out of order. Okay, something like that. I know, I need white gloves. My wife said, do you want my white gloves that came with my wedding dress that we got hermetically sealed? And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I could, but I'm not going to. How many cards in total? Good question. Thank you for asking that, Loran. Loran, am I pronouncing your name right? I've realized that I've done a couple videos and I've mentioned your name in the video. And I've pronounced your name Loran, and I really hope that I'm getting it right. Is it Lauren? Lauren. Is the accent on the low or the ren? Lauren? Lauren? Lorne? I don't. I see. I wasn't. I was thinking it's probably not Lorne. But anyway, yeah. The question being, how many cards are there? And we've got the checklist card here. So 1 through 85 on this side, and 86 through 153 on the back. Here, let me bring it up a little closer. Yeah. And then there's the super secret bonus ones. Images of Groo. So there's an extra 9 where other artists, cartoonists, comic book illustrators try Lauren. So it's like a masculine Lauren. Lauren. You're very kind. Really? Lauren? Lauren. So yeah, there's 9 comic book artists. Let's see. Mike Allard, Kevin Nolan, Stan Sakai does a great Referto wearing like samurai garb. Dave Sim, Sam Keith, Simon Beasley, Jeff Smith of Bone, John K. Snyder the Third, and Jim Lee, who did special images of Groo cards. So I do not have those. Um, so 53 regular cards, and then the 9 images of Groo. And taking a look here, see on this side, issues numbers 73 through 81. Those are the What Groo Does Best cards. So that's a block of 9 that fits together, but also 37 through 45. I know! Usagi Refrido team up would be great. So there's 9 kings that go together, and then there are the Wager of the Gods, and I thought that maybe there was 4 altogether, but maybe there's just the 3. So there's 3 sets of 9 cards that go together to form those big posters. So you can see how I want to keep those together. And maybe that's the way to do it, right? Maybe I put them all in the sleeves, and then I don't know. Here, let me put these in here, and you can tell me what you think. The size of the sleeves, like I don't know if you can see that, is 2 5/8 across, and the size of the pockets is apparently 2 5/8 across too. But there's room to spare. Like, I wish I could get like 2 4/8. That would be 2.5 width of these, or maybe even 2 3/8. They probably would fit in here, no problem. I'll be right back with my ruler. Okay. Sleeves without shirts and pockets without pants? Madness. Hey, Sleepy Reader 666. Hello, Cheese Dip Forever. I want to go get something, Doug. I'm going to get that thing, that Christmas thing, and I'll be right back. The big reveal. So I don't want to. Whatever Doug wants to say, Doug can say about him and I and anything else. So remember this? This was the, I decided, I'm going to make this design of Funko Pop Groo. It was about a year ago. I drew the thing, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I made a box. And I didn't do it on, like, heavy card. But I made that box. Well, put that right there. For Christmas this year, I got this thing. You see that? Isn't this the most awesomest, coolest thing you've laid your eyes on this evening? Whoosh. And his head's a little bit wonky because I knocked him over. His head fell off. But I glued that back on. There. He's not going to move. I know. Isn't that awesome? And what's cool about it is, I think you've seen this already. Well, of all the things that are cool about it, the katanas come out of the sheaths, out of the scabbards in the back. Isn't that so cool? Now, it would take a very talented person to make this. Yeah, sorry, just glue it. I will. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, you know what I haven't done yet? I haven't put him in the box. Hit him in the head. Do-do-do-do. Oh! In. Why did I put him in the top of the box when I could totally just put him in the front? Because I'm a moron. Oh, his head's wiggling. He was 3D printed. So, yes, that means there are, what are they called? Slice files out there for a thing like this. Oh, why did I knock you off my reading table, my little table beside the couch? Anyway, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. STL files. Tanks. I'll just leave him in the corner. Shall I leave him in the corner? Okay, where were we? Yeah, we were talking about cards fitting in sleeves. You just use Gorilla Glue for the head? Okay. So, thing is, like, look at this. It is possible to fit them in. And it's not putting any real pressure on the cards because the cards have room inside the sleeves. But it kind of causes like a little wrinkle, which is, I don't know. What do you think? It's kind of, I don't think the cards themselves will bow. I don't know if you can see that. Where do I hold this to make it so that you can see it? Yeah, the cards themselves are not bowing at all in there. I don't think. Maybe if I had a whole schwack of them in there, they would bow. And that is another reason to not do that, right? So, doop, doop, doop. So the thing is, I can put them in the individual card sleeves, which I would like to do. I can put them in the pages, which are great for displaying. I could put them in here and in here, but it's not ideal. It's wrinkly. I don't think it's going to bow, but maybe it would put pressure. Can we do poles? Is that a thing? Can you do that? Or can you get card sleeves that are slightly smaller than 2 5/8 by 3 5/8? I don't think you can. But if you could, that would be the way to do it, right? Yeah, get a second set. Yeah, you guys are hilarious. So what do you think we should do tonight? I think the thing to do tonight is to not worry about... I was going to say, the thing to do is not worry about these 9-page folders, to put them in the sleeves. And we can take a look at them all and put them in the sleeves, and it'll be great. But maybe the thing to do is put them in the 9-pocket pages without the sleeves and hope that I can find smaller card sleeves. I don't know. Would somebody mind going on Amazon and seeing if there are these nice thin card sleeves that fit? What's it called? Why does it say fits inside 3x4 top load? I don't even know what a top load is. It's probably something like a slab for comics, right? So I need something slightly narrower than 2 5/8. And what are we going to do tonight? Sleeves? Or I got to do something with them. And I think I want to display them in the pockets. So there's only 5 of us here right now. So we can make that decision really quick. Pages, 1 for pages. Okay, we're doing this. We're figuring it out right now. Draft says pages. So I will put 1 card on the pages. What else are we going to do? Reliable Toasters likes pages. Star Crunch likes pages. Star Scrunch. That's it. That's the majority right there. Pages. You don't think that they're going to scratch on the way out? It's all right, eh? Okay. Pages it is. Let's do it. Let's do it. And we can talk about them all as we do it. So this will be great. What time is it? It's 8:34. Woohoo! Okay, let's do it. You know, this means we've got like only seconds each per card. So here's Groo. This is Groo, but you already knew that, didn't you? After you decided to sink good money into this card set, so you must know, after all you did, so you must know who Groo is. Perhaps you even purchased an issue of Groo. We were going to do a collection of trading cards of Groo readers, but there weren't enough for a set. So when I put them in, I'm going to put the pressure on the back so that the front doesn't get that. It does look nice, doesn't it? Maybe I'll end up just keeping them in here. All right, who's number 2? Number 2. Oh yeah, this is how we should do it. We should do the guessing game, right? Who do you think number 2 is? Top loaders of those rigid sleeves. Yeah, that's what I thought they were. They're kind of like, oh, this is like super valuable. Keep it safe forever. Number 2 is the Minstrel. No, that's number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How come these aren't in order anymore? Number 2 is Referto. Of course it's Referto. It is, isn't it gorgeous? And you know, part of me was really... So Doug and I, we went to school together. We did university together, and then we went to... Can I say this, Doug? Do you mind? And then the Sage is number 3. Anyway, in 1990, I guess it was 1995, that these came out, right? Sergio Aragonés, 1995. So we were finishing up university here in Thunder Bay. And it was weird because Doug and I became super good friends. Unfortunately, Doug doesn't live in Thunder Bay anymore. So if things work out really well, we get to hang out like for a few days every year when he's in Thunder Bay. Um, we played music together. We were in a band together. We had lots of great fun together. I don't know why, but we never talked Groo together though. I think I knew that you were into Groo, but because I was kind of not into Groo for a few years there, it just didn't, you know, occur to me that we should be talking about Groo and stuff. I don't know. What do you think about that? Like, what was your relationship with Groo in the mid '90s, Doug? 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd got rid of your comics by then, eh? I still had all my comics. I never got rid of my Groo stuff. I just wasn't into. I don't know. I just wasn't. I stopped collecting for a little bit there, for a couple of years. So I missed the very end of the Epic run, and I had to pick those up after the fact. Um, and I missed this card set. And so the reason that I'm talking about this is I think it would have been so much fun to be collecting these cards as they were being released, right? Yeah, I think Groo loses us all in a period of our 20s when we discover new pastimes, says Star Scrunch. Well, I'm glad to hear that, at least me and Doug aren't alone on that, right? My set is packed away in the original box. Snookman 62. I really need to get them out. That's the next thing that's on my list, Snookman, is I want to find a box. I don't care if there's cards in them or not. In fact, I hope that there's not cards in them because I don't want to pay the money for a box with cards in them. I just want a box to display with them. All right. I just want to put this in a place where it's not going to be super glary. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It really is. Oh, I wish you could see it. For those of you who don't have them, that is gorgeous. Those look so good. Wow. Really nice. She's hard to forget. That's true. Okay, Doug will be back in a little bit. You guys better behave because I don't have a moderator right now. You'll behave. So Snookman, when you say original box, like, do you mean that you had one of the boxes that the cards, like, they would come to the store in a box and there'd be all the packages of cards, and so you got like a box, one of those kind of boxes, or do you just mean like, oh yeah, I got them packed away in a box somewhere? Pal and Drum, number 10. Number 11, Captain Ahax. Here's how it works. Ahax assumes command of a new ship. Groo gets aboard new ship. It sinks. More than a dozen years later, in 95, Captain Ahax has lost a great many ships and almost as many of his marbles. Poor guy. Sleepy reader, behave or enjoy a fray. Well, as long as you're doing what you do best, right? And that's a question that I've been thinking about recently. What is it exactly that Groo does best? Is it necessarily the fray itself? Or is it something else? Okay, Weaver and Scribe. As much as we owe a immense debt to Mark Evanier and to Stan Sakai. Little indulgent, little self-indulgent. It's fun. I wonder why Tom never got his own in-universe character. I'm like, look at the back. Can you see? Am I holding that at a good angle so that you can... There you go. See all those drawings of all the characters around there? Around the edges of the text box there. Isn't that nice? And it's every, I don't know, I want to say 27, or every so often they change the background too. And by they, I mean Sergio has changed the background. The Witch of Khan and her minions. Yeah. I wonder if Mark asked to be a character. I wonder if Mark just wrote himself in as a character. Well, and that's the thing, right? Because Mark doesn't write Groo. Sergio writes the stories. Mark maybe cleans up because he is a professional writer, right? So tightens things up a bit. Helps with some of the dialogue. Here's a guy, Grativo, that I have a hard time pronouncing his name. I always want to call him Gravito. Hang on. Grativo is a sinister sorcerer who showed up in the 6th Pacific issue and a few times afterward. We had one reader who wrote in to proudly announce that he had figured out the derivation of his name. It was Avatarg, spelled backwards. Boy, try to keep a secret from you people. That's a great picture of Groo there, eh? Just flop down on his nose. Focus. Focus. There we go. Look at that. Look at his nose. It's beautiful. Yeah. So speaking of, I want to be careful here, right? Speaking of people being asked to be drawn in, Thais. Now, do you refer to her as Thais or Princess Thais? Thais is a young woman. Well, she grew into a young woman who... Wait, number 17. Are we already at 17? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hang on. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Where's Thais and the Plutos? Okay, we'll leave a spot. So Thais, speaking of people asking to be drawn into Groo comics like Weaver and Scribe, is, at least young Thais, excuse me for a moment, all right, I'm back. Yeah, modeled after Sergio's daughter. Yeah, that's why the set was so cheap. You know what? If there's only one missing, that was a nice gurgle. I won't be too upset. Maybe it's just stuck in here out of order. I'll be able to find one card, I'm sure. I'm sure a good Groo friend will be able to help out. And you know what? As I was trying to talk about earlier, but I kind of got distracted. The whole idea, yeah, I'm hoping that it is shuffled in the back somewhere. The whole idea of, you know, I stopped collecting for a while. I stopped collecting Groo for a while, and it would have been so much fun to be collecting these cards when they were out, when they were in stores. You know, buying the packs and building up a full collection of them. Oh, you know, maybe I'll be doing that anyway with number 16. Thais and the Plutos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Mark Evanier. I mean, Sergio Aragonés. Look at that. You know what, friends? There's no way that I'm going to be able to get all of these cards in tonight, but we'll do a ton. Mark Evanier. No one knows what he does. Luth and Sakai. And Stan's children. Well, this is very interesting. So this is 1995. Let me see if, yeah, there we're in focus, right? This is 1995, and Stan is hand lettering, and Tom is coloring digitally. So in 95, let's see here. Had they just finished the image run? So like 82 was Pacific, 83. Yeah, they would have been finishing the image run at that point, and so yeah, Tom would be digitally coloring. That's so cool. Usagi Yojimbo. Who's this on top here? Looks like a bird. Bird with a guitar. You know, that guitar bird. A fray. Oh, definitely. You know, there's one in particular. Star Scrunch says perhaps some of the blurbs on the back of the video will provide inspiration for future videos. There's a few videos that are already on my list that I felt like I required cards to do properly. Title Maidens. The Trap. Okay, here's my guess. Is that, so what are we at? 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. My guess is that card number 28 starts with the new back. The Trap. It's a trap. In fact, I had a thought to do a video just this past weekend, based on a card, and I had, while I was in the planning stages, I had an opportunity to, even though I didn't own that particular card at the time, I had an opportunity to get it. One of our friends, one of our viewers, offered to send some stuff to me just to borrow for videos. And it's like, oh, that would be fun to do. At the same time, look at that. It just seems like, oh, just a dangerous idea. Asking a Groo friend to mail stuff just for the sake of videos. Like, you know, Canada Post is pretty good, but yeah, I'd feel bad if something happened, right? I like this first show. So I call this guy the, what do I call him? The four-armed, I call him the four-armed something? I have a name for him in my database. But look at Groo in here. That's a great little picture of Groo. Every once in a while, like, I think his head is a little bit out of proportion with his body here. A little bit bigger. And it's just, he kind of looks cute, you know? I like that. I call him the four-armed... Oh, what do I call him? Anyway. Yeah. The Krakora. Look. The Krakora and the Krakora's baby brother. And they're green. So there you go. Definitive answer. What color is the Krakora? He's not browny orange. Oh, come on. Get on the camera. This way. He's not browny orange. He's green. Green and yellow. I don't know if that's the definitive answer, and I think that there's room for argument. He was originally brown. You can change it after the fact, but that doesn't mean that he's not brown. Emperor Sakasama. Oh yes! Hey, look who was right. Well, actually, I don't know that I was right. Let's flip these over. Yeah, they changed. So 1 through 27 is the first backgrounds. And starting at 28, different backgrounds. Here. I'll hold this up so you can take a bit of a look. Is that, got that in the right spot? Really sorry about that, that ring light. Here, I'll put it over here. Maybe that'll be better. Nope, doesn't help. What if I turn it like this? Yeah. So that those diamond shapes for the characters on the back of this next set of cards. Looks really nice. Oh, the sage looks great there. I like, this is interesting. I haven't thought about this because I haven't really spent a ton of time looking up close, but I like the so here's the thing, right? Constraints, when it comes to creativity, often cause one to be more creative, to come up with solutions to the constraint that we wouldn't have thought of, creative solutions that we wouldn't have thought of had we not had those constraints imposed upon us, right? So they could be self-imposed constraints. They could be constraints that you know, I feel like I just touched my nose. I gotta clean my hands. And so it seems to me like in some of these drawings, the constraint of the size and perhaps the size that the drawing had to be on, or I'm sure that Sergio felt different constraints drawing these cards than he would doing his monthly comics, right? So yeah, it'd be interesting to explore some of the different ways that he ends up drawing Groo. Look at those, eh? Based on those constraints. All right, let's do another page. Sound's still coming through good, right? All right, and here we have the first set of 9 cards to make up kind of like a poster, called the Kings. All right, so we've got King Kohan, right? Um, I recognize this guy. Ah, wait a second. No, that's not King Kohan. It is? Wait. King Kohan. So King Cassibus was a masochist. And either that's Cassibus and that's Kohan, or that's Cassibus and that's Kohan. Sound is good. Thank you, Snookman. That's one of those Desrils. This is the king of the Hittitas. Oh yeah, the guys with the feathers. Oh, and this is little Prince um um ah, can't think of his name. He was in the first Groo story, wasn't he? And this is the king of the Murkos. Is that right? Recognize that guy's nose. Ah, yes. The queen and the king, who originally owned Referto. Oh, and this guy. Man, you're going to like revoke my Groo fan card for not getting these kings' names. That's King from the Painter. I recognize the king and the queen here in the bottom right corner. Because I always thought that he kind of has that Sergio look about him, right? He's got the brown hair, sure. He's got the scruff on his chin, but he's got the same kind of chin. Oh, you can't see that very well. His chin is very similar to how Sergio draws Sergio's chin. And focus. There we go. And he's got the big mustache. Oops, that ring light's no good there. It's a little bit more poofy than Sergio's mustache. But I've always thought it had kind of a Sergio quality to him, that king. We have time for a couple more pages. Ha! Thank you. Thank you for saying that I can name more than you. Guess that didn't really deserve a thank you, but whatever. Thank you. Oyet's Lover. This is a fun one. Oh, well, there you go. That's King Oyet. Oyet. Where is he? Is he here? That's not him. No, well. Cantors coming up next. Big fan of the Cantors. The treasure of the Cantors. I love that gigantic skeleton that's buried underground that you only just see buried underground. Oh, I love those kind of things. Turalato. Oh yeah, okay, so the Gorditos. So this is fun. So these next three, it's not like 9 like the kings, but it's kind of like just a little mini thing. The Gorditos and the Gordosa. And what's after the Gordosa? Oh, the Gorditos and the Gordosa encounter Groo. See, wouldn't this be awesome? Like, I'm sure many of you, like me, have searched up these cards online, if you don't have them already. And you've seen pictures of them, right? They do, yeah. So this could go in a binder, right? And then just flip. Like, it's kind of nice, right? But I totally understand, Snookman, why you would put yours in sleeves. Like, because that's what my original intention was too, because that's going to protect them the best, right? But I really do, yeah, like this is great. Like that looks so cool, right? So, yeah. Um, yeah, it'd be so cool to have collected these while they were being released and to not know what they look like. Like I've seen almost all of the cards before online from maybe like the trading card database or something like that has them. Some website has them all, right? They don't actually have them all. They've got like 150 of 153 or something like that. So there are going to be a couple surprises for me. Ah, oh, they do. They really do look gorgeous. And the thing is, if I do a video about them, and I will do videos with them, you're never going to see them quite as nicely as I see them because there's going to be glare. Oh, but they just look so good. So, so good. Beautiful. Yeah, that's pretty cool, eh? Pescatel, one of my favorite Groo comics. Wow. Okay. Take a look at Groo there. Let me see if I can get him nice and close and in focus for you. He's looking a little chubby, don't you think? A little extra chubby? Maybe it's because we can't... Come on, focus. Whoop, whoop. Maybe it's because we don't see his legs so well because they're strapped to the thing, but to the stilts. Yeah, they look so good. But I like the idea of being able to take them out to show in videos. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, just a little bit of plastic. Without having to worry about just those microscopic scratches, right? So that's why I had these sleeves. That's not doing us any good up there, is it? There's that a little bit better there. Good, we can see that. Oh, you know what I should be doing? Let's do a check again on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good, I've got the first 9. I'll check them off on my checklist. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, no, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Yeah, of course. 6, 7, 8, 9, 51, 52, 53, 54. Of course, they would be in order, at least up into there, because of that 3 across. What did we say? 34, 35, 36. 37. I will go to 75 or whatever the closest 9 pockets is. And then I think I'm going to have to shut her down. We've been going for an hour already. Wow, time flies. So here's a question for you. See what Gruella is saying to Groo here? Or see what the title of this card is, right? Presumably that's what Gruella is saying to Groo. You know, those Qbert words. What is a curse word in Groo's universe? What do they use for curses? Would they use, like, our vulgar words, our curse words? Curious. I feel like I've missed something. Pescatel, and then did I err? The present and you are all Gruella ones. You'd figure that they would line up. But that's right. We've said that's right. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the boatman of Brujas is 60. $61. Oh, look at we've started a new background and I haven't noticed that. The worst nightmare. All of the Groos. 62. Ambassador Groo. That's a good one, eh? There's the back of this next set with Sergio and Roberto in the corner. Very nice. And okay, let's take a look at this one. Fly chicken. I think that gigantic chickens are a thing in the Groo universe. In number 26, a witch's spell shrunk Groo down to the size. Oh, down to tiny size. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, that's right. I still think that giant chickens are a thing in the Groo universe, and I'm going to ignore this and work on my theory of gigantic chickens in the Groo universe. I just thought, oh yeah, check that out. That's just more ammunition for my theory. But it's not. It says it's issue number 26. I can go grab that just a sec. Okay. Keep everybody occupied while I'm away. $19, $24, $25, $26. Ugh. This is easy to find because it's just in my reader box. All right. Did I read the wrong one? Number 26. Oh, yeah. Groo. Arbor Shrink. You're so small. Here's a rat. Go in the rat hole. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and these guys. This is this guy here, right? He's one of those guys? Yeah, those guys are this is one of those guys. Yeah, him is him. Him is him. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, where's the chicken? There's the chicken. Catch the chicken. Fly, chicken. Okay. Okay. Where am I at? Oh, so this was the first. That's funny. I didn't even recognize that. But that's good. So let's start on that page. So we're good. And what I mean is these new backgrounds started at a fresh set of 9. Grab a few more of these. This should probably do me to the end. What are we at? Number 63. Oh yeah, so we'll do 2 more. And we'll say that's that. King Adano. That's the guy, right? That's King Adano there. King Adano's men. Yep, this is still issue number 26. Oh, that's a lot of glare. I know, eh? I love the fabric prints, and he does that so often. Like just all the little squigglies, especially when he's drawing like all those like kimonos and stuff in that Japanese style. Ooh, that's a lot of glare. I'm sorry about that. And he does all the patterns there, right? On the fabric. Or like even here, the Great Wizard. You know what's disappointing about the Great Wizard picture here? The end of his nose isn't cut off. But like his collar's got those great patterns too. The Wizard's Guard. Are these Grativo or what's the other guy? Oh no, they're his wizards. Oh, of course they are. Yeah, because look at the faces. Grativo and Calcutta with their wizard army, their phantom lizard wizard army. Spies. Like, look at them. It's nice coloring too, eh? The Royal Chef. And Best of Friends. Ah, the arms deal. That is such a classic story and a classic cover. One of my favorite covers is from issue 31, The Arms Deal. I love these. I call them bipedal beasts of burden. I don't know if Sergio has given them a name in his universe, so I've just had to call them what I call them. Aren't they great? I've been reading, or last week I read a couple graphic novels that my son asked me to read. Lightfall by Tim Probert. And in one of the kingdoms, one of the cities, they ride around on, they're kind of like cross between these bipedal beasts of burden and llamas. So they're furry and they've got chicken legs, but they don't really have chicken legs. Kind of like these guys have chicken legs, but they're kind of the same-ish, but they ride on top of them. Groo fish. I love fish. I love Sergio drawing fish in Groo. And I prefer the Referto style pescatel to the Groo fish, but of course, you gotta love the Groo fish. And it looks like 64, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 72. Not missing anything else, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3. Yep, good. All right. Hey, Doug's back. I know, wouldn't that be awesome if they had made Groo toys? Like, the PVC figures are wonderful, but yeah, it'd be fun if there were action figures. Okay, and this is perfect. Shady Wen, I'm going to address that in just a second, but we've got one more 9-card poster, so this is a perfect way to end things. So, and please forgive me if I'm pronouncing your handle wrong. Shady Wen says, aren't the bipedal and sauropod creatures also in Usagi's world, implying that it's a shared world maybe? Now, wouldn't that be super cool if it was a shared world? Are the large bipedal guys, these guys here that I call the bipedal beasts of burden, are those guys really in Usagi's world as well? I have encouraged my sons, and one son has taken my encouragement to heart, to start collecting Usagi. Oh, and I'm doing all that I can not to buy the nice hardback collections. But I have not gone into Usagi very deep, so I could not tell you. Sure D Wen. Oh, that's cool. I'll try to remember that. Sure D Wen. Um, but yeah, can you like give me an issue or something that I can that that you would say, oh, they're featured in, and I will definitely take a look to see, because that would be super cool if it was if we could imply that there's a shared world. Like I know that Stan's got all the little creatures, right? All the little lizard creatures in his books. Oh, is that what the Usagi lizards are called? Tokaj. Tokaj? Tokaj. Yeah, Doug, you and your kids have kind of got into Usagi a lot. Well, that you have got into Usagi a lot more than we have. Look at that. What Groo does best. And you know, I'm going to read the back of these cards to finish up because I'm interested in what Mark has to say. Oh, Bunta! Um, on behalf of Sergio for what Groo does best. Because I kind of like the idea that, and now Groo does what Groo does best, being Groo's catchphrase. Not, I kind of like the idea of it not being super well defined. So, what is that? We think that Groo thinks that being an awesome swordsman and slaying and fraying is what Groo does best, right? That seems to be the obvious definition of what Groo does best. But and maybe it's intended to have multiple meanings, right? I think there are other meanings. Okay, so let me read to you Story Time with Uncle Darren before we wrap things up tonight. What Groo does best. What Groo does best is to swing his swords in a fray. That's really all there is to say on this topic. But there are 9 cards in this grouping, and I have to write something on the back of each one. So I just thought I'd write out some of my favorite jokes. Interesting. So Mark just comes right out with it and says, it's simple. A swordsman. That's what Groo is best at, right? I think there's more to it than that. And I think that there's a video in there somewhere. A guy comes home from golf and his wife asks how it went. Terrible, he says. On the 3rd hole, my partner George dropped dead. His wife says, oh, that must have really ruined your day. The guy responds, I'll say all afternoon it was hit the ball, drag George, hit the ball, drag George. Okay, what do you say here, Giraffe? I guess Groo was in the Usagi Yojimbo story, Lone Rabbit and Child, where Usagi just notices him as one ugly barbarian. Okay, yeah, you're right. He is. So it is a shared universe with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too, right? So Groo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's possible. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this duck walks into a bookstore, goes up to the counter and says, do you have any grapes? You know what's really funny about this? Is a few years ago, that song, Duck walks up to the lemonade stand and he says to the man, run on the stand, hey, got any grapes? My boys were young enough that was a thing. The guy at the counter says, this is a bookstore, Duck. We don't have any grapes. The duck says, oh, I see, and walks out. The next day, the duck walks in again. Excuse me, the duck says, do you have any grapes? The man behind the counter says, I told you yesterday, Duck, this is a bookstore. We don't have any grapes. The duck says, oh, I see. And he walks out. The next day, the duck walks into the bookstore again. Excuse me, do you have any grapes? The duck asks. The man blows his top. He screams, listen, Duck, I'm sick of you coming in here every day asking about grapes. I've told you already, this is a bookstore. Next time you walk in here and ask about grapes, I'm going to nail your feet to the floor. Yeah, okay, that's good. I couldn't remember the punchline, but I do now. The duck says, oh, I see, and he walks out. The next day, the duck walks into the bookstore again and says, excuse me, sir, do you have any nails? The guy starts to yell and he stops. No, we don't have any nails here. The duck says, in that case, do you have any grapes? Ah, ha, ha. Guy walks into a doctor's office and the doctor tells him he's overweight. The guy says, if you don't mind, I'd like to get a second opinion. The doctor says, fine, you're ugly too. No, but seriously, hey, I know you're out there, folks. I can hear you collecting. By the way, in case I forget to mention it on another card, mulching, say it with me now, is a process of inbred fertilization which employs certain decomposed organic materials, including but not limited to animal sediment, to blanket an area in which vegetation is desired. Inevitable definition of mulching continued. The procedure enriches the soil for simulated plant development. Stimulated plant development while at the same time preventing erosion and decreasing the evaporation of moisture from the ground. This was a running joke from the comic. I still don't know why. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Can I get this up close enough so that you guys can get a somewhat good look at it? Here, I'll do it like this. No, this is just not going to work. I'm sorry. It's going to have to be down here. Brian Farkas. I love Groo. If he's not best at slaying, it would have to be eating. I'm sorry. It would have to be creating chaos. Yes. I don't know why I said eating. I think maybe I was anticipating eating cheese dip. Look at that. Beautimus. Pages was a great idea. Yeah, I think Pages is the way to go. I'm still going to look for smaller sleeves. I'm going to give these to my son, and he can put his cards in there. And if any of you has number 16 of this set, Thace and the Plutos, you know how to get in touch with me. I'll send you my address. You can send me a card, and, we'll work out a deal. What pirates? John Adams. Okay, how come people are just showing up as we're wrapping up things? Oh, John, I'm glad that you're here. I'm sorry that I'm winding things down. I'm going to do one more page. One more page? Do we have time for one more page? One more page. Okay, Bunta. One more page. One more page. Oh, look, and it's a new background too, right? Yeah, good, perfect. Oh, maybe I'll just finish this background. Oh, I just want to keep going. You know what? That corner is almost perfect. Duck walks up to the lemonade stand. I like the Bunta comic. The Wheel Keeper. I love the giant hamster wheel. Human-powered hamster wheel. See, doesn't his head look a little bit out of proportion to you in this one as well? Let me get a little closer for you. His head looks a little big. I like it, but it looks a little out of proportion to me. Number 84, Dinner. Huh. Why don't I remember that? Same issue as the Wheel Keeper when this lady tried to refer to that purple dragon. I just want to make sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 81. That sounds like a multiple of 7. I mean, a multiple of 9. So this will be page 10. We'll get up to 90. Roberto's Reverie. Numero uno. As we say in French. John Adams, I have about half of the Wildstorm Groo card set. Hopefully complete it someday. You know what, John? I've got more than half I don't think I have the full set. I thought that I had completed it, and that's why I was doing this. And then I've just discovered that I think I'm missing one. But that's okay, right? And you know what? Oh, did I just pop the seal there? I kind of did. I'll leave that for now. It's Fat Groo and Fat Chacal. So here's the thing, though. Yes, my missing card might still show up. I'm totally okay if it doesn't show up. I'm fine. I don't have a problem. But seriously, if it's not here, that's not a big deal to me because I like the collecting aspect of being a Groo fan. And so the fact that I'm missing one card, that makes it a good thing. And I've still got those 9 images of Groo, which I will never own, I'm sure. Okay. I'm a big fan of hatching, as I'm sure you realize if you've watched 1 or 2 videos of mine. Come on, focus. There we go. No, you're not focused. There we are. Yeah. The Starburst Sapphire. Yeah, so it's not that big of a deal if I don't have it. It will come my way. Or it won't. And it'll be okay. They show up on eBay often. What in particular are you talking about on eBay? The like individual cards or the 9 other cards? The images of Groo. It was number 16, Snookaman. Snookaman? It is Snookman. It's this one right here. Number 16. Thais and the Plutos, right? What do we have here? Yeah, Thais and the Plutos. But it might show up. If you're digging around, if you look around, if it's not a hassle and you find that you do have a duplicate of it, let me know. And we'll figure something out. But if not, no big deal. Wow. Should I flick? No, I gotta go. I would love to stay and chat with you guys all night. This has been so much fun. Thank you for joining me. I don't know. Do we do this again? Do I just put these back in the box and we get together again sometime? If we get back together again to finish this up in the next week or so, just put a bunch of emojis in the chat. And I need to make a poster of the whole set. I know. Oh, wouldn't that be insane? Whoops, that was loud. Oopa, oopa. Wouldn't that be insane to have them all there? Yeah, we should stream again. Yeah, that would look really, that would be so cool, Brian. You're right. Star Scrunch says, yes, you should stream again. Giraffe says, yes, can't leave us hanging without knowing about card 16. Yeah, you're right. One more stream. Gotta just go back here for a second. Shu Diwen. Cheese. I don't know if those were the correct emojis or not. Those were definitely the correct emojis. I like those ones. Okay, we'll do this again. I will not finish with these cards until we get back together again. It might be a couple weeks from now, but we will do this. Thank you again very much for joining me tonight. I don't want to sound like some radio or TV guy here. But yeah, thanks a lot. It's been fun. I don't know how to end a stream other than saying goodbye. Thank you. And we'll do this again soon. Got a video that I'm editing right now. Will be out on Thursday just before noon. Again, it's fun. It's great to be part of this Groo fan community. Take care, everyone.